The Republican establishment and the media give Mike Huckabee about as good a chance of winning the Republican nomination as Lance Armstrong has at passing a polygraph. They don't consider him a first-tier candidate. It's unclear whether they even consider him a second-tier candidate. In the third tier is basically Jim Gilmore and my dog Fergus. So Huckabee did, however, win the Iowa caucuses in 2008, and he was the overall delegate runner-up to John McCain. So, Mark, let's take him seriously. Let's say he has a chance to win the nomination, unlike a lot of people, what they think. What's his path?
Keeps many of the tens of thousands he won in winning the caucuses 8 years ago. New Hampshire becomes a contest in a different lane, wins South Carolina, and then, as one of the few Southern candidates in the race, and really the only pure Southern Paul in the race, cleans up in March and when there are a lot of Southern primaries.
Right, but it all starts with the thing you first said. It all starts in Iowa. For him, more than any other candidate, there are a lot of candidates for Iowa is important. For him, more than any other candidate. He doesn't win Iowa, he's done.
I disagree. I think if Iowa's a jumble, and it could be, the winner of Iowa might win with 21%. I don't think he needs to win Iowa. If he can be alive in the Southern primaries, he can win the nomination.
Unless he's extraordinarily well-funded, I just think that the blow to having won it with a record number of votes 8 years ago or 7 years ago, and then to fail this time, I think it would gut him.
I think the rules are different. The early states aren't going to necessarily matter as much. They could, but they aren't necessarily. And how much money do you need? If you got 16 candidates buying television time, I don't know that television time is going to matter as much as campaign skills. He stars in the debates. He did 8 years ago. He'll star in the debates again.
But you know he's got to have the money to be able to play later. The long game thesis is that if you don't have a lot of money at the beginning, you get money from momentum of winning one of the early states. So if he doesn't win Iowa, I don't know where the money comes from where he can compete in South Carolina and certainly in those big multi-state primaries where he's got potentially a lot of support among Southern states.
Lots of candidates in this race want to get Jeb Bush one-on-one. Mike Huckabee against Jeb Bush one-on-one.
That's a fight he wants.